Hey guys, little short video today of another new project. I went and cleaned out the barn and I was able to find a frame. That was kind of what I was missing, the most difficult part to find. And I really don't, I didn't get a title with the frame, but this is going to be a dirt bike only, so it's not real important. I may pursue that, I don't know, but because they do kind of resell better if you do have a title. But it shouldn't be a problem. I've gotten a lot of them. Anyhow, this is kind of a first look of what's coming up. I'm not going to really start this thing right now, but there may come a time where I'll have a little time to do some cleaning up and maybe get some engine work, at least get it tore down and find out what we're going to need. But at this point, we're just going to take a look at the project and kind of explain where we want to go and how we want to do some stuff. So let's take a look at the engine here first. That was kind of the first thing I had to find. And it's a 175 Yamaha. It's a 1970 model. And what's really cool about this is it's a 00 engine. If you look at the serial number, it starts with a 00. All the 00 engines were close ratio gearbox. And I don't know exactly how many years they made them. I want to say it started in 70 and went to maybe 72 or 3, I don't know. But I think what my idea was is I wanted to make a clone 125-MX. And in order to do that, I need the crankshaft from a CT1 because I don't need the electric starter, nor do I want it. So with the CT1, just like the one I'm doing over on the stand, it's just got a flywheel, point setup, and all that. But this one looks like it's been laying around the barn for quite a while, and it turns over. It's pretty much complete. So that will be the basis. Actually, the cases from the AT1 are going to be the ones that I welded up. So this is probably going to be another project on down the road. But you need the crankshaft for the 175, and the rod length and everything is the same. So, but that probably neither here nor there. We'll probably still have to do a crankshaft rebuild. Now let's go over and look at some of the other parts. Like I say, I just kind of cleaned out the barn. And the frame, I had to go up in central Montana here to find this, and I was able to just go up there and pick it up. It's all complete. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. The gas tank is actually 73. The frame is a 70. No, the frame is 69. The tank 73. And a 73 and 72 seat, I think. And this seat is really trash. I'm just going to have to, the seat pan is really just about gone. And I don't think they're making these yet, so I'm probably going to have to make another seat pan. I may try to use a 69 to 71 pan. If that'll look okay with this tank, then I'll just use it because I've got a pretty good one. The reason I went with a later model tank is the emblems, the badges that go in there that say Yamaha, you just can't get those things. You used to be able to get them aftermarket, and they were expensive, like 80 some dollars a piece, but you just can't even find them anymore. So I think there must be some kind of a infringement problem or something with Yamaha and whoever's been making them. That's just a guess on my part. So I'm going to take the 73 tank, paint it like a 72, so you won't have this. You'll just have the Yamaha on it. And it's a pretty clean tank, so that should be fairly easy, just a couple little dents. Rear fender, I've got it, it's good shape, got both hubs and brakes. The forks, I was able to find a really nice set. No rust on these at all. And these are actually 72 to 73, I believe. So they look a little bit better than the early ones. And I had two rims. Actually, the front rim, I'm going to put a 21 on it, 18 on the rear. The 21 is actually the one that come off the TS250 Suzuki. It's not in bad shape. It's just doesn't look brand new anymore, but it's still in pretty good shape. So I'll go ahead and lace it up for the front. We'll be putting a high fender on the front, so we won't be messing around with the low fender type stuff that's hard to find too. I've got a pancake air filter that I bought for something else and never used it, so it's actually designed for these frames. So that's what we're going to be using for that. Got the coil, and I'll just have to get some shocks, and I think I've got a set of handlebars. So really just a few little items for a dirt bike type thing. These aren't as difficult because you don't have to try to find all the electrics and everything. So that's where we're at on this. It's just kind of a first look, and just let you know where we're going. What I'm going to do is some old school mods, which not sure, but may include extending the swing arm an inch or something like that, inch and a half, I can't remember, I'll have to look them up. And some mods to the engine, of course, to put it into the AT1-MX specs. And like I say, the 21-inch front end was a mod for that too, for motocross at the time. This is not going to be competitive with anything that's being put out by the factories right now. This is just, it's more of a play thing for me, and you know, I don't ride that much anymore, but I still enjoy some of this stuff. I'm not, I can't hold on to the big 400s and stuff like I want to anymore. I can hold on to them, but not ride the way I want to ride. So I've got to stick with the smaller bikes. So some of the older people out there probably understand what I'm talking about. So there we go with the introduction to the 125MX, I guess we'll call it. And like I say, we'll be doing some of the old school mods that were done in a day. Don't think I'm going to do anything to it that you couldn't have done at the time. The shocks that I get, of course, they'll be a little bit different than you were able to get then. That may be the only thing that's really new on it. So we'll just see where it goes. It's just going to be something to play with, and we'll see if there's any interest in it. If there is, fine, we'll continue on with the project. If not, I'll probably just set it aside and play with it after hours, so to speak. But I think there's enough people out there that are still wanting to ride the old Yamahas and certainly work on them. There's probably more of them out there than there ever was Suzuki, and you can still find them. They still got good parts availability. So that's something to think about when you're looking for an old dirt bike. Hey, thanks for going along on the ride. See you next video.